What's going on, Fight Film? So Oleksandr Usyk does it again over the weekend, remaining a heavyweight champion by stopping Daniel Dubois in the fifth round with a devastating left hand. Make him miss, make him pay. So let's talk about the fight, what we saw in the fight, what should be next for Oleksandr Usyk. And the question has been posed: is Usyk an all-time great? Is he an all-time great heavyweight? So first and foremost, the fight, Usyk controlled it from the start. And if you all saw my prediction video, I pretty much said how the fight was going to go. Now, I did not think Usyk was going to knock him out that early, but I knew Daniel Dubois would try to come out being more aggressive from the jump, trying to get to Usyk's body. And Usyk was aware of that. Usyk has great IQ. He had already been in there with Daniel Dubois once. And another thing I stated in my prediction video was Usyk made Daniel Dubois quit in that first fight. So the fact that Daniel Dubois quit in the first fight, not to say like he quit during this one, but it was going to be a lot easier for him to stay down on that canvas once he got drops. He got up from the first knockdown, but from there you knew it was over. Like Usyk pretty much responding right away to Daniel Dubois' pressure. Usyk used his movement, which is the best movement in boxing, which is crazy for a heavyweight. Constantly slipping and jabbing. You know, when Daniel Dubois is throwing big shots, Usyk's constantly moving, making him miss, making him pay. Daniel Dubois caught him with a couple shots, but it was nothing devastating because Daniel Dubois was pretty much trying to walk him down the entire time. But Usyk doesn't just evade shots; he's throwing in between those shots and wearing Daniel Dubois down. So something that not a lot of people realize, like Usyk's movement alone and that pressure is going to tire Daniel Dubois out, like regardless. Even if Daniel Dubois is coming forward, he's not getting any breaks because when Usyk is pivoting off to the side, Usyk is throwing. So Daniel Dubois, he's coming forward, throwing big shots, trying to get him out of there, and that's not the answer for Usyk. We don't know what the answer is to be Usyk at cruiserweight or heavyweight. And this fight for him was, I mean, his you could tell like he was just completely locked in for his training. He said he was away from his family for 3.5 months, and he had a viral quote after the fight where he talked about discipline. And his performance in this fight showed how disciplined he has been since he started boxing, since he was an amateur, since he entered the pros at cruiserweight, now onto heavyweight. And, we're witnessing greatness firsthand. Now, from rounds 1 through 5, starting off, Usyk was using the jab, staying active, but he started throwing that left hand early in this fight because Daniel Dubois was applying pressure. But even though Usyk is a smaller guy, he has great power on his punches. And I actually did a strength and conditioning video on Oleksandr Usyk, so you all can kind of see how he developed that punching power. I think those Olympic lifts that he does in the video, I'll link it here also. So if you want to check it out, if you're interested in the whole strength and conditioning aspect, you can definitely click on the video or watch it when this one is done. But his timing also, like, so he's hitting Dubois with shots that Dubois does not see coming, and those are the shots that hurt the most. And it's just subtle movements in there. So the first knockdown Usyk got in the fifth round, it was with a right hand, right hook, caught Daniel Dubois right on top of the head, like it knocked his equilibrium off. Then the second one, he threw the left hand, but after Usyk threw a shot, he kind of cut off. So he's southpaw, so he kind of cut off to his left just a little bit, just so Daniel Dubois would miss his punch, and then Usyk immediately came back with a counter left hand. It was like beautiful. And for those of you all that know some boxing, like, it's you never want to back straight out, especially with a big guy like Dubois. So if Usyk would have backed straight out, then that punch from Dubois would have landed. But going off at that angle, just that slight angle, just enough to make Dubois miss, it's like scientific. It's beautiful. So I think that the years of his footwork training, like even coming up in the amateurs with Lomachenko training with him, I don't see a heavyweight today beating him. Now, as far as the all-time great, a lot of people are like, oh, he couldn't fight with guys like Ali and those other heavyweights. I disagree. I think that he could have competed with any heavyweight from any generation. Now, I'm not saying he would have beat them, but could he have been in the ring with them? Absolutely. And I'm going to even say this, and this is going to probably cause a big uproar, but I think Oleksandr Usyk would have beat Mike Tyson. And people consider Mike Tyson an all-time great heavyweight. And Mike Tyson was great, but in my opinion, when Mike Tyson stepped up against competition, he took a L. When Usyk is stepping up in competition, he's rising to the occasion and he's getting better and better and better. Like just because a guy has knockout power, yeah, that's exciting to see. But the sweet science of the sport, like hitting and not getting hit, Usyk has that mastered. Now, do I think Alexander Usyk would have beat Muhammad Ali? I don't know about that one. That's a different topic. But people consider Mike Tyson an all-time great, and I think Usyk would have beat Mike Tyson easily using his footwork and then just taking him into deeper rounds. Just get past round 4 or 5, tire him out some, and then just continue to box his head off and throw those body shots and frustrate him. Again, I know that's going to frustrate a lot of people, but that's just how I feel. So, do I think Usyk is an all-time great? Yes, absolutely. Do I think he is an all-time great heavyweight? So that's a little more difficult to say because he doesn't have a lot of fights at heavyweight because he spent most of his career at cruiserweight. So all-time great fighter, yes. All-time great heavyweight, I don't know. That's up in the air. Let me know what you all think about that because even though he has not been in heavyweight for long, he's destroying these guys at heavyweight. He's beating them 1 time. He's beating them 2 times. Like he's running through these guys multiple times. So I think that means something. Now, as far as who he should fight next, I mean, he's pretty much fought everyone. And he has one more fight in him, I believe he said, because he wants to spend time with his family, which is understandable because he spends so much time in camp. But the only person I would want to see Usyk fight next would be Joseph Parker. I think that would be a good fight. I like Joseph Parker. He's tough. He has a lot of movement. Anybody else, I know people are saying Moses Atama. I think he's too young. It's too early for him. And I think Usyk would destroy him, and that would possibly mess up his confidence. It would be a learning experience for him, but I don't think he's ready for that. So Joseph Parker, or hey, give him the Jake Paul fight. Let him cash out. Let Usyk cash out. He's gave the sport more than enough. All-time great fighter. Maybe an all-time great heavyweight. I'm going to say yes for the all-time great heavyweight. But let me know what you all think down below. And also, who do you think Usyk should fight next? And in the fight between Usyk and Mike Tyson, who do you think wins? All right, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Subscribe, like the video. Peace.